Welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll teach you how to create the perfect setting for your stories in 10 steps with examples. So grab a pen and a notebook and let's get started. Before we begin, let's explain what a setting is in storytelling. The setting in a story refers to the time, place, and environment in which the narrative unfolds. It's more than just a backdrop. It plays a crucial role in shaping the atmosphere, mood, and even the characters themselves. A well-crafted setting can be just as important as the characters and plot in bringing a story to life. Now let's take a look at how you can create the perfect setting for your stories in just 10 steps. Step 1. Define the core mood and theme. Think about what emotions you want to evoke in your readers. Is it mystery, suspense, hope, or despair? The setting should reinforce and reflect this. You should also think about the overall theme of your story. What's the underlying message you want to convey? A post-apocalyptic wasteland speaks differently about environmental neglect than a bustling, futuristic metropolis. For example, let's say you want to set a scary mood full of fear and suspense, and the overall theme of your story is overcoming fear and isolation. Then the perfect setting would be a ramshackle cabin perched on a cliff overlooking a stormy, desolate ocean. In this example, the setting is more than just a backdrop. It actively participates in the narrative, pushing the characters towards confronting their fears and seeking connection. This makes the setting an integral part of the story's emotional impact and message. Step 2. Choose your time. Determine the time period or era in which your story is set. This could be the past, present, future, or a combination of different time frames. Consider the historical, cultural, and technological aspects that define this time. For example, a story set in the year 2243, where the world is ravaged by climate change. In this year, towering megacities dominate and resources are scarce. This setting could fuel a story about scavengers vying for survival in the wastelands, a hacker trying to expose the corruption of the ruling elite, or a group of rebels seeking to restore the lost natural world. Therefore, choosing a specific year, in this case, a dystopian future with its unique characteristics, shapes the narrative possibilities, motivates characters, creates natural conflict, and strengthens the story's overall message. It's not just a backdrop, it's a living force that drives the story forward. Step 3. Identify the place. Pinpoint the specific location or locations where your story unfolds. This could be a city, town, country, an imaginary world, or even different settings throughout the narrative. Consider the geographical and cultural characteristics of these places. For example, a story set in a remote Scottish village shrouded in fog and ancient folklore. This could be a great location for a Gothic mystery involving a historian researching a cursed clan, a local villager haunted by ghostly visions, or a group of teenagers uncovering a dark secret hidden beneath the village's seemingly peaceful surface. The isolated location, superstitious atmosphere, and historical whispers would create a sense of suspense and unease, driving the characters' investigation and confrontations with the unknown. Step 4. Consider the 5 senses. Provide detailed descriptions of the surroundings. Engage all 5 senses to bring the setting to life. Describe what characters see, hear, smell, touch, and taste in the setting. For example, for the setting of an enchanted forest, you could provide the following description. By engaging all 5 senses, the forest transforms from a passive backdrop into a vibrant, interactive entity that whispers secrets and influences the reader's perception of the scene. This technique builds emotional connection and makes the setting an active participant in the narrative. Remember, the key is to be specific and evoke a real sensory experience, allowing the reader to feel like they are there alongside the characters in the heart of the forest. Step 5. Integrate culture and history. If applicable, include cultural or historical details that shape the setting. This can add depth and authenticity to your world. Think about local customs and traditions such as festivals and dress codes, as well as social hierarchy, such as rivalry between clans or discrimination in society. For example, for the setting of a bustling market in Marrakesh, you can provide the following description. The mention of veiled women, henna patterns, and the 8 Orir tribes' indigo and silver attire adds cultural texture. There is also a hint at the city's rich history, with the mention of sun-baked clay walls and whispers of ancient dynasties. By weaving elements of local customs, history, and sensory details together, the setting becomes more than just a backdrop. It becomes a living, breathing character that shapes the story and the characters within it. Step 6. Keep directions consistent. Maintain consistency in your descriptions and directions within the setting. Avoid conflicting details that may confuse the reader and disrupt the flow of the narrative. If you say the city was on the north coast, don't later on say the city was on the west coast. Readers are likely to pick up on details like this, leading to confusion and loss of trust in the narrative. Take a look at this example. In an earlier scene, the author states the only way up inside the cave is on the right when entering the cave. But later on, the path going up is now on the left when Maya, the protagonist, enters the cave. This subtle but confusing detail of the changing path direction inside the cave introduces a discrepancy in the narrative. Inconsistencies like these can disrupt the flow of the story and potentially pull readers out of the immersive experience. Step 7. Character interaction. Don't just describe the environment, show how it interacts with the plot and characters. Think about how the setting influences your characters' behavior, values, and experiences. The environment should shape and interact with the characters in meaningful ways. Take a look at this example setting description. By showing how the setting actively interacts with Maya's physical, emotional, and psychological state, the author creates a deeply immersive and suspenseful atmosphere. The abandoned mine becomes more than just a backdrop. It becomes a character in its own right, challenging Maya's courage and resilience and shaping her journey into the unknown depths. Step 8. Highlight contrasts and conflicts. Identify any contrasts or conflicts within the setting. This could be social, economic, or environmental differences that add tension to the narrative, such as the poor versus the rich, or concrete man-made cities against natural forests. Take a look at this example setting description. This example showcases how highlighting contrasts and conflicts can elevate your setting from mere scenery to a powerful source of tension and meaning. Here, the clash between the opulent skyscrapers and the squalid slums visually embodies the city's stark social and economic divide. The grimy children and acrid waste paint a picture of harsh reality, while the sleek hovercars and bejeweled executives represent the privileged elite. By emphasizing these contrasts and conflicts, the author transforms the setting into a dynamic force that drives the narrative and shapes the characters' struggles. Step 9. Keep it unique. Pay attention to the distinctive and noteworthy features that make your setting stand out. This could include specific landmarks, cultural practices, or natural phenomena that contribute to the setting's uniqueness. Don't bog the reader down with unnecessary or repetitive details about your setting. Keep it interesting. Take a look at this example. This passage breathes life into the setting by focusing on its distinct features. The perpetual twilight and smoldering embers evoke a unique visual mood, setting it apart from conventional forests. The whispering stones become more than just scenery. They're infused with history and magic, creating a cultural practice and a captivating mystery. By weaving these whispers of the wind, fire, and forgotten voices into the tapestry of the tribe's life, the setting transcends mere description and becomes an intricate, dynamic character in its own right. Step 10. Show changes over time. If your story spans a considerable period, illustrate how the setting evolves. This could include seasonal changes, urban development, or natural transformations. Take a look at this example setting description. This passage showcases the impact of showing change over time in a subtle yet impactful way. The melody of the wind, transformed from vibrant to mournful, evokes a sense of loss and the encroaching modernity. The stark contrast between the once vibrant greens and the present brittle brown paints a powerful visual of the forest's decline. By focusing on these details, the author breathes life into the setting, making it a tangible character that reflects the passage of time and the impact of human actions. This approach not only creates a sense of melancholy and nostalgia, but also subtly foreshadows the challenges Emma might face in this changed world. Bonus tip: create a map. If your setting is particularly complex, especially in fantasy world building, it might help to draw or illustrate a map of your location or fictional world. This way, you can refer to this map during the writing process to avoid inconsistencies in directions or any other details of your location. Here are some examples of fantasy maps we found online. A detailed map acts as your trusty anchor, a visual reference that keeps your geography consistent, directions clear, and plot lines from veering off into unexpected geographical dead ends. It also allows you to track character journeys, visualize the placement of settlements and landmarks, and ensure the flow of events makes sense within the physical constraints of your world. Remember, the key is to engage your reader's imagination by providing enough detail to paint a vivid picture without overwhelming them. Balance is crucial, so focus on the aspects of the setting that are most relevant to your story and characters. That's all from us today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more lessons and ideas. See you next time.